Darkness does not simply disappear. It lingers, breathing in the cracks of forgotten places, whispering in the silence where no one listens. Across the United Kingdom, hidden in the misty moors and shadowed forests, stand the remnants of once glorious manor houses. They were built as symbols of power and wealth, but now they are nothing more than decaying husks filled with echoes of the past. But if you listen closely, beyond the stillness, you will hear them, the whispers, faint voices trapped in time, stories carved into the very walls, waiting for someone to hear, or perhaps waiting for someone to join them. Tonight, we venture beyond the gates of the abandoned, stepping into the forgotten corridors where history refuses to be silenced. These are the chilling tales of the UK's most haunted manors, where the past is not dead, it's only sleeping. There is something unsettling about Blackwood Manor. Perhaps it is the way its silhouette looms against the foggy Devon sky, its skeletal remains jutting out like the fingers of a corpse clawing at the heavens. Or maybe it's the way the windows, empty and shattered, seem to follow your every move. It is said that no one leaves Blackwood Manor alone. Something unseen always follows. The story begins in 1871 with Lady Eleanor Blackwood, a woman of grace and status, who lived in the manor with her husband, Lord Richard Blackwood. One stormy night, Eleanor vanished without a trace. The servants claimed to hear her voice echoing through the halls long after she was gone, pleading, crying, whispering. Some say her husband murdered her in a jealous rage. Others believe she walked into the moors, lost to the mist forever. But those who step into the manor today know the truth. Eleanor never left. In 2014, a group of explorers entered the manor, capturing footage of flickering candlelight in empty rooms. Their final shot was the most terrifying, a dusty mirror reflecting a shadowy figure standing just behind them. The explorers ran, but one never spoke of what he saw. When asked, he only whispered, "She was there, watching." Some places are not abandoned, they are forsaken. Ravenhurst Hall in Yorkshire is one such place. Built in the 1600s, it was home to the Lennox family, a dynasty plagued by tragedy. Each generation met untimely ends, drownings, suicides, disappearances. But none were as horrifying as young William Lennox's fate. In 1893, William, a bright and curious 12-year-old, was found dead inside the East Wing. His body was twisted in unnatural ways, his face frozen in terror. His hands, clawed and stiff, looked as if they had been trying to push something invisible, away from him. His nanny, the only witness, was found days later in the same room, rocking back and forth, whispering, "The Dark One, it's here." Even today, those who enter the manor report overwhelming nausea, sudden drops in temperature, and the faint sound of a child's laughter echoing through the halls. Paranormal investigators have recorded whispers, soft, pleading whispers, begging for help. But no one stays long enough to listen. No one stays long enough to see what lurks in the darkness. On the outskirts of Somerset, the ruins of Whitmore House stand as a grim reminder of a past soaked in sorrow. Built in the 1700s, it was once a grand estate. But the Whitmore family line was cursed with misfortune. The most terrifying story is that of Isabella Whitmore, a young woman found hanging in her bedroom, her mouth open wide in a silent scream. But they say her scream never truly stopped. To this day, locals claim that on stormy nights, a chilling wail echoes from the ruins. A sound so agonizing, so filled with despair, that even the bravest souls feel their blood run cold. In 2017, a group of ghost hunters spent the night in Whitmore House. Around 3 a.m., one of them suddenly collapsed, clutching his ears, screaming for something to stop. When he was carried out, he was pale, shaking and repeating the same words over and over. "She's still screaming. She's still screaming." Experts dismissed it as hysteria, but those who have heard the wailing know the truth. Isabella's agony still lingers, trapped in the walls of Whitmore House, waiting for someone to listen. Some doors should never be unlocked. Some secrets should never be uncovered. At Holloway Manor, the mystery lies within the locked cellar door, an ancient wooden barrier, sealed shut for over 2 centuries. No one knows what lies beyond it. No one dares to open it. The last owner, Sir Thomas Holloway, was found dead in his study in 1842, a look of absolute terror frozen on his face. His final journal entry was nothing but frantic scribbles repeating the same words. "It is awake. It is hungry. Do not open the door." In 2005, a team of researchers attempted to pry it open. The moment the crowbar touched the wood, an ear-piercing shriek erupted from the depths of the house. Lights flickered, walls shook, and a gust of icy wind howled through the halls. The researchers fled, leaving the door untouched. To this day, it remains sealed, its mystery unsolved. But those who visit claim to hear scratching sounds from the other side, as if something is trying to get out. In the Scottish Highlands, a half-built manor sits forgotten, untouched for over 100 years. Its foundation was laid in 1890, but construction suddenly stopped. Workers fled, refusing to speak of what they saw. The project was abandoned and the land was left to the wilderness. Travelers who pass by report seeing shadowy figures moving through the empty windows. Some say they hear hammering sounds at night, as if unseen hands are still trying to finish what was started. A lone journalist once stayed overnight, determined to uncover the truth. He was found the next morning on the outskirts of the woods, delirious and mumbling. When asked what happened, his only response was a trembling whisper. "It doesn't want to be built." These manors stand as relics of a forgotten past, places where time has stopped but something else remains. Their halls are empty, yet filled with unseen presences. Their windows are broken, yet watchful. Their walls whisper stories of sorrow, terror, and unfinished fates. So the next time you pass an abandoned house, take a moment. Listen. Do you hear it? The faint sound of whispers drifting through the air. Maybe it's just the wind. Or maybe it's something that was left behind, waiting.